Part of the big noon kickoff next week in Columbus for Wisconsin and the Badgers, which is going to be a great game. Best defense Wisconsin's had maybe in my life.
Bunch of shutouts.
Really, really good. Jim Leonard's done a great job. So Urban Meyer, my buddy's here. Okay, let's start with this. Lincoln Riley, I suggested this week. Dallas Cowboy job's different. Jerry Jones has hired Jimmy Johnson out of college and Barry Switzer and won Super Bowls. That's a big job, okay? Do you think Lincoln Riley, even with as great as Oklahoma is, that's a great job, would he consider leaving for the Cowboys?
Pure speculation because he's not. I know him, but I don't know him like that. But that's the one. You know, that's the New York Yankees. That's the Dallas Cowboys. That's the one. Great city. You got Dak Prescott. You got Zeke Elliott. You got loaded team. You know, and I can't speak for him, obviously. I hate to even speculate because I don't know him. That's really not fair. But to me, that's the one job in professional football you kind of say, I got to go do that.
Had you been called by the Cowboys?
I have not.
But if you would have been, you'd have spent a couple days with it.
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That one, yes.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's go to this. This is also a situation that...
Wow. Did Lincoln Riley just say he wanted to coach the Dallas Cowboys? Is that what Lincoln Riley just said? Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. It looks like we're already open for business. And now we're open for business. Football gods are awake. We're just doing our drive time report because we got a lot of stuff going on. And this is just kind of a preview for tonight's show. You know what? I've been hearing from all of them stinking Eagle fans, those cockroaches that are literally coming out of the toilet here. I mean, they are literally coming out of the toilet. You know what? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the records are. It doesn't matter what's happened before. The only thing that matters is this game. That's right. It's this game. Because here's the deal. You get a win. Things look a whole lot better at 4-3. 4-3, you got a bye week to get healthy. You let Amari Cooper's quad go ahead. Lord Brunson sucks. You get a week for Amari Cooper's extra week to really heal up. You get Tyron Smith to let his ankle really heal up. You get another week to let La'el Collins to let his ankle heal up if we can make it through this game. But here's the thing that's amazing. This is freaking amazing. Now, one that, first of all, our beginning here, there's speculation, of course, that, Jason Garrett may not be the coach of the Dallas Cowboys for much longer. That we need to be deep, and I mean deep, deep in the playoffs. That's the edict that basically we've gotten. We all know that he is under the gun. He does not have the contract extension. He is, in words, a lame duck. We saw the video last week of some players that weren't, low-fiving him and things like that. Maybe there's some guys that maybe just aren't on board. Maybe they finally tuned him out. I don't know. And we've been in this rut 20-some plus years that we have yet to see a Super Bowl. I said to my son today, because I've been blessed. I have been blessed to be able to have been to many, many Super Bowls. The thing that makes me sad is the fact that my son has not seen the Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl. He was around, but he was too young to remember. That was Urban Meyer, Rudy. That was Urban Meyer saying that he'd like to get the call. He was asked if, what he thought about Lincoln coaching him, Lincoln Riley. And he was like, I don't really know him, but, you look at the job. The job is, you got a great quarterback. You got a great team. You're ready to win and everything else. That's the kind of job you say, I go get. And it was like, well, have the Cowboys called? No, they haven't called me. But would you listen? Oh, yeah, I'd definitely listen. So he's putting it out there that he wouldn't mind being the coach of the Cowboys. And that's the thing that I've kind of wondered, too, because a lot of people will say, well, who are you going to get for a coach? You got Jerry Jones that's kind of meddling. But I don't think Jerry Jones meddles as much as we think anymore. We know Jerry Jones was very hands-on. Jerry Jones has his main suite that fits like 150 people or so, that's right smack down in the middle, with an elevator that goes up to his GM suite, which is a much smaller, more intimate one that's got a phone that goes down the field. But the thing that amazes me is I don't see him game day. When they show all the shots, he's always down with all the other people, all the dignitaries. I don't know that he's interfering as much as he used to. You could look at the team being more stable since about 2011, 2012, where we hired Will McClay for head of scouting. We stopped doing the crazy, up and down in the draft, trading in, trading out, trading up, and getting bust. We've been better at drafting players. Instead of getting guys that are sizzle like, Johnny Manziel and show me that money. Show me, oh man, wow. Look like do I got some guns up here? Oh, okay, I'm ready to fight. Okay. So Eagles, if you're coming for me, brother, if you're coming in here to talk some trash, we're going to get you. Oh, yeah, we're going to get you guys. So I don't know that if you're a coach, and this is where you kind of wonder, although Sean Payton with New Orleans, they're doing too good for them to get rid of him. But you look at this team and say, you got a young quarterback who stays healthy, unlike a lot of them. You got a bellwether back. You've got a pretty good offensive line. You've got players to work with. Maybe you put a little razzle-dazzle, a little shimmy up into it, and all of a sudden this thing just blows up. And maybe that's what's missing with Jason Garrett. Maybe it's just time for a change. But anyway, that at least makes you hopeful that people are saying, I'd like to do that. I'd like to coach those guys. That says a lot, because you'd rather go someplace like that where you've got a team that maybe is ready to rock and roll. It's Slab, you are 100%. That's what I'm talking about. You remember the days when he was like, it was like you thought he was ready to grab a guy and go ahead and, try and fire him up and everything else. You thought that he was out there, basically looking at the coach and saying, you get this play right here. You know which play I'm talking about. You don't see that anymore. And I think Jerry is now kind of getting back in the twilight and stepping back. He's still forefront. He still likes the limelight, but it's really Stephen Jones that's doing the stuff behind the scenes. That's the way I think. And maybe some of these other coaches will look at this and say, you know what, you may have to put up with some junk with Jerry, but he'll give you what you need players-wise. And you've got a good group of people here. We're not talking about having to go, lottery pick just about in the draft. You got a franchise quarterback. I know a lot of you guys will dispute that and say that, another coach will kick Dak Prescott to the curb and get his guy. Maybe that's, I don't know. I see some good stuff with it. So that's thing number one. And like I said, thank you guys for being here. If you haven't subscribed before on the channel, please do. And definitely check out my other channel, Joe Boo's Day Job. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers on there so that way I can live stream while we're working. A lot of people, some people don't like watching that on this channel, and I get that. But a lot of people like actually watching what we do as far as seeing the construction and things like that. So subscribe to that channel for me. I'm only about 300 people away. If I can get there before I go to Puerto Rico, it would make me happy as can be. And I'll be going to Puerto Rico in about 2 weeks to help do some rebuilding of houses again. I'm leading groups of volunteers as we help get people back on their feet from the hurricane that happened over 2 years ago. So help a brother out by subscribing to that other channel, okay? In other news, I don't know how I feel about this. DeMarcus Lawrence telling the coach of the Eagles, Doug Peterson, you might want to shut his ass up. Tom Jasper, we're trying something new here on the Joe Boo Sports Report. We're trying to do a drive time show here, okay? I usually get home, anywhere from 3, 4 or so in the evening. There's a lot of news and stuff that's going on in the Cowboys. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to get you up to speed, especially we've had so much stuff that's been going on that I can't get it all in at my regular 9 o'clock live stream on Friday night. So we're bringing you some of the news and some of the headlines and things, and we appreciate all the support. And so if you hadn't heard already, we started out with Urban Meyer, basically on Colin Cowherd's show, came on and was talking about how the Dallas Cowboys job would be a great job to have. You've got a franchise quarterback, you've got a team that's ready to win and stuff, and he would be interested in the Cowboys calling him. So we led with that. Now we got DeMarcus Lawrence, who has 2.5 sacks and 9 tackles on the year and is paid. Alex Jones, thank you very much for the super chat. You'll be entered in our drawing tonight. That's right, tonight. For one of our Jobu t-shirts. We're going to have the Cow Patty one. So everybody who did a live stream, super chat on Sunday, Monday, and during the week and stuff will be entered in that. Okay. So I am one who is the polar opposite of, say, Cow Patty. I don't like trash talking. I let my talk on the field do my talking for me, in which case others will do my talking for me. Thus far, we have not been backing it up. You know, we've heard about our team being the hot boys. Hot boys. You've been the hot boys. Screw the hot boys. We're not doing crap as hot boys. You're not deserving of a nickname right now. Our defense is crap. Purge squad, you see Joe Boo, he's going to put that stuff away. Until we see something, we ain't calling you anything else but the Dallas Cowboys defense. I just hope he backs it up. If you're going to talk the talk, walk the walk. Now, he did this to perfection last year against New Orleans and backed it up. Since that time, what we've learned is having a great defense doesn't necessarily translate into a great one the next year. And a lot of this is self-inflicted because I believe DeMarcus Lawrence is still working his way into shape. Understand this. Because of the collective bargaining agreement, you don't have two-a-days like you used to in the summertime. You've got basically, I think it's 15 padded practices. During the season, you only have 11 of them, and by week 11, you have to be done with them. Only 11 padded practices. Oh, we haven't been, Brandon, we haven't been using our fullbacks as much as we have it 100%. We haven't also been using Alex Jones, thank you very much for the super chat. Mark, we're in Dallas. I'll send you and Michael Anthony fitness tickets. Oh, man. I would love to, but I'm not in Dallas. I'm actually outside Washington, D.C. I would love to go to the game, but I got so much stuff that's going on, and the plane tickets were just too high. I would love tickets for the game, but I'm not there. Julio Hernandez, thank you very much for that super chat. We will enter you in the drawing. When I get done here, I'll put your name in the list, and we will do that drawing. Done. Oh, thank you very much, Benjamin. I appreciate you signing up on that. Okay, so I just hope that DeMarcus Lawrence, who's talking the talk, can walk the walk, and it's basically making Doug Peterson shut up. How you guys feel about that? Do you like having confidence? George Harris, do I know that Terrell Owens wants to come back to the Dallas Cowboys? You know what? I tell you what. When the Cowboys bring back Terrell Owens, they'll also be bringing me back to be playing too. How about that? That's about how little chance T.O. has of coming back to the Cowboys, okay? He's always wanted to come back, but T.O. is so far and away gone. I don't know why people consider. Here's the thing, because people are like, well, since our Cowboys receivers are hurt, let's sign Dez. Dez is still a long ways away from getting over that Achilles heel, Achilles tear. He's not ready to play. He's not anywhere close to being able to be playing. By the time he's ready to play, the season will be just about over. Now, not to leave you Eagles out. An interesting thing's happening with the Eagles right now. Carson Wentz. This is the kind of things that you've kind of heard little things about, and I really would like to actually talk to my man Philly 500 some more on it and get his take on it. But it's being reported that some of the players on the Philadelphia Eagles are kind of throwing Carson Wentz in the bus. They're not saying who they are. They're just kind of talking a little bit. And they talked to this reporter from ESPN. And here's what this anonymous player said. We need to make bleep simpler. Sometimes you just need to handle what's manageable, they said. Even Peyton Manning knew when to check down. Right now, Carson Wentz is 38% on passes that travel 15 yards. Has 3 interceptions on passes like that, which is tied for most in the league. Ouch, really? Wait. You mean Carson Wentz has a bad statistic that's worse in the league for yards going downfield? Wow. This guy's actually saying that he needs to be more of a dink and dunker. Oh, you don't like the camera angle? Okay. The only problem with that is when it's this way, you can't really read what's on there. So let me switch it for just a second, okay? Until I finish this. The other source pointed out that I feel like we're over-targeting Zach Ertz, which is the tight end. Right now, Zach Ertz leads in targets with 111, and even though he's catching 70% of those, the source said he feels like it's disrupting kind of the rhythm with everybody else getting into a groove on offense. Wow. So somebody's not feeling the love from the offense. Interesting. And as we go into this game this weekend, here you got Doug Peterson having to answer questions about anonymous people that are talking about Carson Wentz. And the interesting thing is we've heard before things people have said about Carson Wentz. People have said that, he is kind of a bit of a diva, is what we've heard. That he's not exactly the team guy, the leader. There's still some people who liked Nick Foles a lot better and missed Nick Foles. Brandon Wentz, I appreciate that. Love the show and wish Dallas would take some of your advice with talking about more creativity on offense. Oh my God, I hope we do. I pray. But here's where we get some good news. This is where, I'm sorry, I'm going to switch camera angles here a little bit. And let me turn up the lights a little bit. Maybe that'll help some so you can see me a little bit better. I didn't set up I should have gotten all my lights and stuff up, but this is kind of the impromptu. This is like the 4:30 news, okay, as opposed to the 11 o'clock news or the 7 o'clock news. You get the full hour-long stuff. This is the abbreviated version. But the injury report that we are looking at, we were told on Monday that Amari Cooper, scratch. Tyron Smith, scratch. La'el Collins, scratch. Travis Frederick, missed practice, undisclosed reason. Zach Martin, ankle, missed practice. Anthony Brown, scratch. Tyrone Crawford, injured reserve. But then, yesterday, something magical happened. Tyron Smith and La'el Collins walked out on the field with shoulder pads and helmet on and did limited work, to everybody's surprise. Even more surprising was Amari Cooper in the locker room basically said, gather around everybody. Get back. Come on in, man. My leg is feeling better than it was last week, and I'm going to practice tomorrow, and I'm going to plan on playing on Sunday. What? In which case, he practiced today. Not a game now. We're talking about practice. So as we look at our injury report, Dorrance Armstrong, defensive end, of course, neck injury, limited, questionable for the game. Okay, questionable means there's a chance. Anthony Brown did not practice all week, and he is out. He's scratch. Cowboys abroad, why didn't we just cancel practice? Nah, you still need to practice to get ready for the Eagles. Randall Cobb, back injury. Did not practice, was there today, limited, questionable. La'el Collins, knee, did not practice, limited yesterday, limited today, questionable. Amari Cooper, did not practice, limited, questionable. Travis Frederick, not on the injury report, thank God, just didn't practice on Wednesday. Michael Gallup, limited, he'll play. Byron Jones, hamstring, limited. Chris Jones, limited, he'll be fine. Sean Lee, did not practice, full practice the other 2 days. I think it's a Veterans Day off. Joe Looney, did not practice, questionable. Zach Martin, limited. Tony Pollard, full practice. And Tyron Smith, limited. So looking at that, we're looking a whole lot better than we thought a couple of days ago. On the flip side, excuse me, stop. No. Sorry, we were experiencing technical difficulties. Where'd it go? Okay, there it is. All right, the Eagles, on the other hand, where they thought they were going to be getting healthier, Jason Peters is out. Their tackle, their Pro Bowler, their anchor of their offensive line is out. But let's start from the beginning. Nigel Bradham, out. Fletcher Cox was a full participant. He's okay. He'll be there. Ronald Darby, questionable. He was limited. Deshaun Jackson is still out of there. T-Jax, they were hoping was going to be back. He's out of there. Timmy Jergen, out. Maddox, out. Jason Peters, out. Darren Sproles, out. All of a sudden, things look a little bit different than they did before. You think Connor should be benched and CFLO should replace him? The rookie will play in his place. Yeah, we got a rookie. So maybe this is an opportunity for DeMarcus Lawrence to get back on track. Let me switch up. There we go. There we go. Switched up to your other camera here. Only problem is that's a terrible picture. I need... Hold up. Boy. My computer's acting up today. What the heck? It acted up yesterday. I don't know what's going on with it. This is the hard part for... Shit happens. Let me take that off the screen there so that way we're not looking at the bright lights. Okay. Oh, you can't find Joe Boo's day job? Okay, let me... Tell you what, hold up for 1 second, and I'll pop it on there for you. Just hang on. I have to go to the other computer because I'm not actually into that stream except on the other one. Hang on. Hold up. We them boys. Hold up. We making noise. Okay. Sorry about that. I got too many daggone computers that I'm using at one time, and it makes it a little bit difficult. And see, the computer that I have with the stream, I don't have the keyboard in front of me. Bam. There you go. That is Joe Boo's Day Jobs channel. So I appreciate everybody subscribing to that. Like I said, we will be going to Puerto Rico in 2 weeks from Sunday for 6 days to do some home rebuilding. Gang, what are you, 12? Just go apply to a local high school for coaching positions. Anybody going to the game? Miss Jackie was going to the game. Yeah, I'll pop it on here one more time. Here we go. I need to put it actually in the description. I'm sorry. I need to be better. It's a lot to do for one person, and I apologize. And let me get this. Now, like I said, this is just a short live stream, but I want you guys to look at something. If I can get my computer back on in here. I get told that I am a homer, that I just defend Dak Prescott, that no matter what, you just take care of Dak, okay? And I want you guys, if I can find the clip, hold up. What did I do with it? Watch this again. That play, that hit on Tom Brady, look at this. Look at it. That was unnecessary roughness. That was unnecessary roughness. And so when I say something like, they are just literally beating the crap out of my quarterback and not calling Jack, and they're saying, oh, you're full of crap. You're just babying him. Admit it, he sucks. But wait a minute, hold it. So, looking at that, I want you to watch this now. Why aren't you acting? Hate it when things act up. Here we go. Come on, play. Why aren't you playing? Okay, hold up. Hate it when computers act up. All right. Now let's see if we can get this going. Here we go. All right, so keep in mind what you just saw with Tom Brady. Keep in mind what you just saw with Tom Brady. Now I want you to think. I mean, look at that. He threw him down well after the ball was delivered. Look at this stuff. Every hit. Now, Am I crazy? And let's watch it again. He got 15 yards. They moved the ball 15 yards down the field, gave them a first down. That helped them to win the game. Do you think if we had had one or two of those, unnecessary roughnesses, that we would have maybe won the game? I mean, you know what? If the way you're going to call the game like you did with Dak, I'm okay if that's the way the rules are going to be, as long as it's the same for everybody else. But you can't go through and literally a guy touched his shoulder pads and you give him 15 yards. Dak has got guys that are launching into him, leaving their feet, driving him into the ground. You have one guy who's going through and making sure he throws the forearm shiver as he tries to plant him into the ground. No wonder Tom Brady is able to play well into his 40s. He doesn't get touched. Watch that again. This is some bull crap. Look at this. Unnecessary roughness, 15 yards, first down for Tom Brady. Do you think that a play like that has some bearing on teams winning? Or am I just crazy? Because I point out something like that, you're just babying Dak Prescott. He's just not that good a quarterback. You don't have to be quite as good a quarterback if you're not playing against the referees too, along with the other team. That's some bullshit. And I have to give a shout out to my brother from another mother, Okoye. Now, something's the wrong way because I said in the title, Dak Prescott, Okoye's at it again. What's wrong? How the heck did... Oh, here we go. This is Okoye. You watch this, because everybody's going through blaming the quarterback. And I'm not saying that Dak is perfect. He's not. But you start looking at what the Jets are doing down the field. You give up scores like this. I don't care who you have as a quarterback. And then you get calls like this. Pass interference on the offense. Took a touchdown off the board. You get a kicker who misses a field goal. Not his first, mind you, this season. No, Angel, it's got nothing to do with being younger. It's got nothing to do with being younger. It's being that the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, look at this stuff. Balls in guys' hands. Now, what some other guy said, well, Dak throws the ball too hard. He throws the ball too hard. Before they were saying he's got a weak arm. Now you're saying he's throwing too hard. Well, it's too high. Antoine, why are you coming in trying to start some stuff? You know what? Oh, I can't show it. But Okoye and I have been friends for years. Thank you very much. And I've always said I don't always agree with him. We got different points of view and stuff. But you look at this, it's spot on. Am I wrong? Is that Dak Prescott who dropped that ball that Zeke did, wide open? Is that Dak's fault? I love how no matter what, I think I'm in the same boat as Dak Prescott. It doesn't matter what I say. It's always going to be wrong. It's always, come on, man. Come on, man. You can't always be wrong. But I'm looking at this stuff. We lost as a team. And here it is. You see the Jets, they're holding on to the ball. And so I realize if you don't like Dak, it don't matter what he ever does. You won't like Dak. You're on Maui's team. Shout out to you there, Farrell. That's the right team to be on. Big man in 72 core. Corey in the house. How you doing? Dak is the man. Jets got away with a lot. Oh my God. They held like crazy. And again, you're seeing these hits. If that was Tom Brady, you know that those guys would be injected. Look at this. Come on, man. I'm just saying, at least call it the same throughout the NFL. We keep getting bullshit calls. Excuse my language. I know I don't have my moderators that are going to hopefully. That Joseph's not here, going to put a foot in my behind. But we've gotten the only calls unnecessary roughness on running backs for lowering the head on Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott. Nobody in the rest of the NFL has ever been called for that. We got called for moving the ball against the Redskins. The first and only time that call has ever been made. We got called twice for 12 men in the huddle, even though we didn't have a man in the huddle against Green Bay in the playoffs. The only times those calls have ever been done. I think the officials go through the official book and they say, let's find some rules that have never been called before, and let's call them. Let's call them on the Cowboys because, well, we don't like the Cowboys. Go to the last play of the game when we went to two-point conversion. Passer, they always miss, and you're 100% right, Jackson. They always miss calls on the Cowboys. They always call a bunch of ones that you look at and you say, are you really? You think about the Zeke Elliott fumble against New Orleans. It looked like his elbow was down the ground. To me, I got to tell you, you look at the pass interference ones where our guys are getting molested down the field. You know, they're getting held so much you're kind of like, get a room. But they don't call any of those things. And I get told that basically you're a whiner, you're a crybaby, you're just making excuses. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm trying to at least put it out there the way it really and truly is. And when you think about, I love this. This is like, Dak's like, I don't give a rat's ass. I'm going to do everything I can to try and win, even though I am risking my future earnings. Look at that. You think about Pat Mahomes last night on a quarterback sneak, who's out the next 3 weeks. That knee goes right into a helmet. What if he ended up destroying his kneecap, his loss of the season? Do you think we got a chance without Dak? All you people who hate Dak Prescott? It's funny because we have people saying, oh, we should have traded for Joe Flacco. Did you see Joe Flacco last night? Did you see how bad that guy was? You see how many people John Elway has tried to bring in as his quarterbacks and can't seem to find one? You see all these guys, I love it because I keep getting people coming in talking about, well, this quarter, he sucks. Then tell me who's playing good. Who's out there that you think you can get in here to replace him? Jameis Winston, 5 turnovers in 1 game. Marcus Mariota, been benched for Ryan Tannehill. Even Aaron Rodgers isn't the same Aaron Rodgers that he used to be. He still has some of the magic, but he's not like he used to be where he could carry the team by himself. Fitzmagic. That's some guy people said, we should sign that guy. Look what he's doing in Miami. Come on, man. I've heard people say we should have got Case Keenum. Teddy Bridgewater is actually playing well. But see, here's the one thing I'll give you too. Teddy Bridgewater was playing well before he got hurt. I didn't think he was going to play that well after being out for 3 years. But you understand that he's got a great team around him. And he has a coach who ends up understanding how to coach a guy up. You know, when you think about what Andy Reid's going to have to deal with for the next 3 weeks without Patrick Mahomes, I have faith that he'll be able to coach a guy up to play well. You think about the Cowboys when we lost Tony Romo in 2015 and we won 1 out of 12 games with backup quarterbacks. That goes back to coaching. It's tragic. I like that. You think about Baker Mayfield Faker Mayfield, I should say. Because we had some people, oh, why can't we get a guy like him? He's about to implode right now, isn't he? And he's throwing Odell Beckham and Laundry there, right? Got a great defense. Not doing it. You think about Jared Goff. Jared Goff, they had, 77 yards passing last week? 77 yards. He had one freaking fantasy point. So I ask you, all you people that say, okay, you know what? If you can figure out a way that we can get a better quarterback in here, I'm more than happy to. Antoine Myers, I appreciate the super chat. We'll wait and see if we do have a great team. It's hard to argue with that at the moment. It's really hard to argue with that at the moment, the way we played. I know we can play better than what we have done. Because more times than not, we are missing little things that make the difference. If we get calls like unnecessary roughness, that keeps drives going. If we don't get things that are called fumbles, we keep the ball moving. You get a score here and a score there, all of a sudden, you're undefeated. And sometimes we see teams just barely win. Because I'll be honest with you, we say that New England is great. New England struggled against Buffalo. 3 field goals, I think. Not a single touchdown for Tom Brady against Buffalo. It was a defensive score, I believe, that ended up being the difference for them winning. But we look at them, even though they played the Jets, the Redskins, Miami, teams that are winless or teams that only have one win, and blow them out, and everybody looks at, oh, well, New England's great. Are they really? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Oh, TGK. Oh, man. I can't answer that one because the last time I answered that one, I got so much hate because they're like, you're not a real fan. You never root to lose. No, I don't want to waste the season. I want to see my team win. And you can't figure, oh, well, next year will be different. Every year is different. You don't know how long you're going to have with Tyron Smith or any of the guys. Somebody could be hurt and never be able to come back. You need to try and win right now. That's what I would say. The Jets might beat New England. That would be interesting. Well, that would make me feel better, at least about our Cowboys losing to them. Cowboys abroad? That is a very good question. And who is running the defense? Is it Chris Richard or Rod Marinelli? They're kind of like technically, Rod Marinelli is the defensive coordinator, but Rod Marinelli is slowly working his way out of coaching. Well, USMC, I would have said that earlier this week. But knowing that Amari Cooper with this bruise that wraps around his leg, knowing that Lyle Collins has got a knee brace on and could hardly walk early part of the week, knowing that Tyron Smith's ankle is a high ankle sprain and he's only missed one game, that these guys are all trying to get out there and play, says to me that they're not giving up. And that's the way I kind of look at it. You ain't kidding, Art Alexander. This game separates the men from the boys. You are 100% on that. Tom Jasper, I actually think that there is a real good chance that Garrett gets fired. If we lose poorly to the Eagles, if we don't show up and get blown out, yeah, Jason Garrett's gone. Thank you, Brandon. I don't know about being awesome. I'm just all right. Just all right. You know what, Marcelo? If that's the case, all the ones who jumped off the bandwagon, I don't want them back on. I don't have time for fair weather friends. Mark V, you ain't kidding, man. Hope Garrett is not calling plays. Jetty, I don't know why you're. I'm trying to figure out why that was actually blocked. So one thing I've done is I've had a few people that have been talking about like a lot of the cussing and trolls and stuff like that. We've set up some of the filters that catch some of the language and things. So a lot of the comments that were a little bit more off color get blocked. Hey, how you doing, Philly Cowboy 76? How are you doing today? Yeah, Scott, that is the ultimate conundrum. And that's why, Scott, that's why we win tomorrow. Oh, excuse me, Sunday. That's the exact reason why we win Sunday is because it will save Jason Garrett's job. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Um, but the way quarterbacks have been dropping, the way things have been going, you want to have an opportunity to try and get to the dance. We played terrible the first half of last year. We got hot, had a few things happen. Had we gotten the ball back one more time against the Rams, I believe we win that game. So you don't want to give up on the season, not this early. How do I feel about our coach? He's a guy you wouldn't mind hanging out and have a couple beers and stuff with, but I'm not sure that he is the guy. I think he's a good coach, but I think it's just been too long that we've had him here, that it's time to make a change up and just try something different, because after a while, if it ain't working, it's time to change it up. Jason Garrett's like Michael Myers. Can't get rid of him. Yeah, that's why I kind of say he's kind of like a cockroach. He keeps kind of coming back around, and no matter what, you can't get rid of him. Let me try something over here. Let's see if that camera. Okay, so that camera does work after all. Okay. How's it hanging, Philly? Okay. We still have a lot. There's still 10 games to go. Ask him again, Steve. Sorry, I'm trying to get to some of the comments. Yeah, we Cowboys up north. Yeah, we're going to be going on the 3rd. Me and Michael will be. It'll be similar to what we did last time. I haven't gotten the scope of work of what we're working on. I don't know that we're going to be doing a complete renovation on just one house like we did, where we put in the floor, the roof, and everything else. But I'm going to make a point of, hopefully I have enough time to go by. I want to see the homes that we worked on and go by and see the families after the fact, see how they're doing. It'll be a great follow-up. Big Foreign, thank you very much for the super chat. You're in it for our drawing tonight. Do I think Jerry will try and control Riley or Myers like they say with Garrett? I don't know that they control Garrett as much as they used to. So I'm going to say no. TGK TV, no. I'm not in Dallas. I was supposed to go. There was supposed to be a photo shoot next week that my wife is going on, and so we were going to go together. And so I kept waiting until she knew when she had to come back, because the photo shoot was going to be on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and I didn't know which day to make my trip for it. Well, she found out last week that it was a no-go, and then by that time, the flights were over $500, so it was like, I can't quite afford that one, and not with the trip going to Puerto Rico, so I've got to get a lot of work done. Unfortunately, I'm not independently wealthy where I can just say, you know what, I'm just not going to go to work for a week or two. So I got to pay my bills. We need to score early, and we need to stop the other team, Joel. You are 100% right. I've got to do some more research. Somebody was saying that Urban Myers has some kind of a brain issue that's having an effect on him, where I don't know that he can coach right now. Definitely need the yeah, right. Yeah, TGK TV. Here's how crazy it is. So they called me yesterday and they said, Mark, we need you and Mike and stuff to go to Puerto Rico. Can you do it? We need you to lead volunteers on this project. I was like, okay. So let me get back to you. He said, well, let me know. He said, because we're looking at the flights to go to Puerto Rico. He said, like right now they're only like $250. How is it it's $250 to go to Puerto Rico and it's $500 to go to Dallas? Explain that one to me. Somebody needs a kick monitor. Wow, ouch. Angel, I could drive to Dallas, which would be, I would be leaving tonight, but I wouldn't get there till, if I left right now, I wouldn't be getting there till like, if we drove through the night until like 3 in the afternoon or so. And then I'd have to drive back Monday, which means I wouldn't get back till Tuesday. And I got work, I got bills I got to pay. I wish. And I would need some help too, because I don't know that I have anybody else that would go with me. Mike Gage, I agree. I want a coach who will definitely get the most out of the players. You would think Randy Gregory has dropped off the face of the earth. I don't think he ever went in. 158 to fly from New York to Dallas? Damn. That's almost where I'd drive to New York and fly to Dallas. That's only a 5-hour drive. Well, Cliff, if that logic were true, and maybe he knows that Jason Peters wasn't going to be in there, and that's why he's talking, because D-Law has not played that well against the Eagles. Now, E2's not written off for road trips. E2's he's got a lot of stuff going on. Michael Sinclair, thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate that. Be nice to finally meet you guys. Want to come to Washington in November with the wife. Michael, if you come up to Washington in November, here, I'll tell you what, email me and let me know when you come up and we can hang out. Definitely would love to meet you. Yeah, Angel, I don't live in Texas. I know, and some people found that out yesterday, and they were giving me all kinds of grief. What? You're one of them bandwagon fans? Like, oh, Lord, here we go again. D-Law, I believe that Dak will get us the win. I think the Cowboys will. And I tell you what, I would love to have, God. If we lose, I don't want to hear from the Eagle fans. Oh, my God. You know how many Eagle fans will be up on here if we lose? We can't lose. Please. Please, Cowboys, don't lose. Don't lose. Please don't lose. L4G, how you doing, man? Wentz can't check down. Yeah. So they're trying to get him to dink and dunk, right? And he can't check down. That's kind of funny. Well, Jackson, I'd like to meet you too, buddy. Why don't we blitz enough? We're afraid ESPN reporters hate the Eagles. Lady, you think it's false information, James? I don't know. We've heard a couple of those stories like that where there's smoke, there's fire. And you look at some of the body language on there, you never know. Just because you're the quarterback doesn't mean people like you. I remember I hated my quarterback in high school. He was the biggest SOB out there. In fact, we did a lookout block for him. If you don't know what a lookout block is, what we did, all the offensive linemen said, listen, look out on 3. You get to the line, when the ball snapped, you just turn your head and say, look out, and you just let them go. If Carson came and Wentz is a quarterback for the Eagles, we'll win by 7+ points. Oh. We need Philly 500 to become Philly 400 after Sunday. Oh, I love that. Philly 400. Oh, man. If Jason is fired, Cowboys Nation would feel great. Oh, my God. You know what? We might party like Cleveland did when they finally got that victory and they're giving out free beers. My other, your worst nightmare. That's what happened to my other channel. My channel was shut down for spam, and they literally, YouTube deleted it. I want to say back in March, and so fortunately I had this channel, which was my food channel. It only had a few hundred subscribers on it, and I started using this one, and that's why this one's grown. But here's what you can do too. Everybody who's on here, do me a favor, okay? I have a day job where I'm actually a general contractor, and a lot of people like watching our home improvements. Right now, we're in the middle of working on a bathroom remodeling. When we're down in Puerto Rico, I'll be doing a lot of videos and stuff there, and showing some of the stuff that we're doing and things. And I'm going to be putting it on that channel. And as a bonus, wait, there's more. Um, we get this channel and we have it in case shit happens. Excuse my language. But if my channel ever gets shut down, if YouTube decides for whatever reason that they shut this one down, we can all go to the other channel, and then that way you can always find me. And realizing that YouTube is a great platform. You know, the fact that I can sit here, that I can talk to you guys. Oops, wrong camera. Where's my other camera? What the heck? Hang on, guys. Hold up. We them boys. It lost its number. Okay. Bam. Okay. Let's go back to that camera. Okay, sorry. I don't know what happened. For some reason, the input button didn't work. YouTube's a great platform. I am thankful for YouTube. Thank you very much, Jet D. I appreciate that, man. You'll be entered for the drawing. Make sure you tune in at 9 o'clock tonight. YouTube's a great platform. But YouTube is so big that they don't have people that control stuff. They have bots that actually go through and read everything. And sometimes, like anybody else, they make mistakes. And I think that's what happened with my other channel. Unfortunately, once it's shut down, you're not able to talk to a person to get anything to change. So if you subscribe to the other channel, and let me put it up here one more time, it'll be a backup in case something ever happens to this one, that we can still communicate and do stuff. And because of that kind of stuff, I'm trying to do more and more things to make sure that we kind of spread the mojo. I really and truly love being able to do this. When I do my beginning opening, I mean what I say. You know, you guys are truly my friends. You guys are my family. And I realized that when my other channel was shut down and could not communicate with all you great people, that you guys ride my highs and my lows on a daily basis, and I can't thank you guys enough. And so I'm working hard to try and bring you guys the best content. I want to thank everybody who's bought t-shirts and stuff, because that's where we got the new monitor, where we're getting much better picture quality and stuff on here. I'm loving that one. I'm going to go through with the proceeds from the next time we get there. I'm going to put another one on this side, so that way we can live stream, you know, people in, and we can show highlights and stuff like that. So I'm constantly trying to improve, and because of your help, I'm able to do so. And it's already been over an hour. Wow, time flies. It's only supposed to be a 30-minute show. But as always, I want to thank you guys for being here. We will be doing our regular show at 9 o'clock. Everybody who did a super chat today or anytime this week or on Sunday game day, we'll be doing a drawing for one of my Jobu. Let me see if I got my phone. Look at it. We'll be doing a drawing for this tonight. And I've got all kinds of different patterns. Look at it. Boom. It's your boy. It's your boy. It's your boy. Cow Patty. So we'll be giving that away tonight. There's actually a bunch of different designs. In fact, Brian from SoCal. Let me see if I can do that. TGK TV. Thank you very much. In fact, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Teespring. This is one. Okay, I'm going to wait until Sunday before I order it, because I don't want to jinx it. But hold up. I absolutely positively love this one. And I wish I could have it for Sunday. Okay, these are, let me flip cameras. Spread the mojo. We have the Purge Squad, our game feast. Although we're not talking about that one right now because, well, our defense hasn't been purging anybody. We got the Power 4, we got my day job. But this is the one that I absolutely, positively love. And this is the latest one. Cow patty, come on. You can even get your leggings on. I had a person actually tell me that she wanted to get leggings, but she was like, I don't want cow patty on my butt. This is the one. Okay, here we go. Come on, bird season. Here we go. Okay. You got to love that. Now, the funny thing, okay, this is a joke. When Brian did this, I first looked at it, and I'll tell you what, I'll do a discount code too, so anybody orders one. When I first looked at it, I was like, that looks like my wife. I was like, and so I showed it to my wife, and she said, is that supposed to be me in the plane? I was like, yeah, he's got the hair just right and everything else. No, but this is Jobu's black sheep bird season, so he's flying through the eagles. So, but I appreciate everybody being here and stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and go cook some dinner. And I've got my niece and nephew coming over tonight. But we'll be here for our regular live stream at 9 o'clock. And I'm happy that this all worked out really good. And I'm happy that you guys came in. And I'm glad that we actually had some great news on our Dallas Cowboys. So, as always, guys, thank you for being part of the Jobu Sports Report. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the heck up out of here.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.